Hello and welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Vinkyby and this will be an 8-man with Jeskai Wins or Jeskai Midrange or Jeskai whatever you want to call it. It's the Jeskai colors. I meant to do an 8-man event with another deck, but I accidentally chose this deck, so whatever, it works too. So the Jeskai decks are pretty nice because you land one of your threats and getting one hit and then the game is basically over. The worst is to fight against stuff like multiple coursers, or a Siege Rhino could be pretty annoying. Whip of Erebos is a disaster. But yeah, so the shell is basically the same as every other Jeskai midrange deck. It's Lightning Strikes, Magma Jets, Mantis Riders, Jeskai Charms, Goblin Rabblemaster and Stoke the Flames. But then I've gone a little outside the box. I have 2 Gods Willing. It's just so nice to be able to protect your Mantis Rider if it comes down a turn later and whatever. Some decks just can't beat that when they tap out for Silence the Believers or whatever. Then I am running 2 Ashcloud Phoenix. I've actually grown very fond of this card. It's so hard to stop. It's not just that you need 2 removal spells. You need, if you tap out for something and I play this, you need to deal with it twice with 4 mana basically. And that's very hard to do, or take 2 turns to kill it, because you can't just leave it there because it will flip back up if you just ignore it. So I think it's pretty good, a pretty resilient guy. Then I'm also running a Keranos and a Sarkhan, and the reason I'm not running more Sarkhans is that they are so freaking expensive, so I haven't bought more than one. And Keranos is pretty nice because you go aggressive, you're losing the momentum, and you just land this. I would say good luck to a deck that is on below 10 life and have used a lot of their resources dealing with our creatures and then try to win against a Keranos. That either gives us an extra card or a lightning bolt. I'm also running 2 Dig Through Time. I think the card is fantastic, and in a deck like this where you just bin stuff, either you burn and the instant goes in the graveyard, or your creatures are dying. It's not that hard to use Dig Through Time for 2 mana very consistently. So yeah, that's basically the deck. The mana base, a couple of temples, a couple of pain lands, a couple of tri lands. I've mixed it up a bit, so I tried to keep the fetch land count pretty high because of the Dig Through Times basically. Mana Confluence should probably be in here too somewhere, but I don't really like a card that I have to take damage from, so even as an aggressive player. The sideboard, nothing fancy. Angers, you need them, and your Seeker of the Way actually survives them most of the time. And Magma Sprays if you need early removal. 3 negates against stuff like End Hostilities. If you go creature and they think, haha, I'm gonna get you, and you negate it, it's just game over. 2 Elspeths to diverse the threats even more. We already have 1 Planeswalker, but it's hard to argue with Elspeth and power. 2 more Gods Willing for the Ultra Spot removal decks, and 2 Erase for Whip of Erebos, Courser of Crufix, I don't know, a lot of stuff. Banishing Light. Yeah, it's so good to erase a Banishing Light that has a Mantis Rider. That's just game over. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy the videos, and hopefully I will get to play at least 3 games in the 8-man. So I'll see you there shortly.